Our next topic is continuity. Continuity is, as far as concerned, the word continuous, we draw the function here. There are the three graphs: graph A, graph B, and graph C. This is x-axis, y-axis. What is the difference between these two graphs? For the different value of x in the first curve, we are getting the corresponding value of y. That means without break graph. That is continuous graph. As far as concerned the function, we can say that this type of graph is a continuous function graph. In the second curve, suppose this is the value A and this is value B. When we are on B, immediate jump occur from B1 to B2, and after that, if we are going to the same manner, we will draw the graph continuous, and suppose this is the value C1 or C2. So jump occurred from C1 to C2. Here the functional value which is not defined at x equal to b be the fixed value of the function. This type of graph is sectionally continuous or piecewise continuous graph function. And from the third one, this is the C graph, in which we have the break width in the graph. This type of graph is discontinuous graph. Now, in the so many mathematical operations or theory of transformations, some functions are sectionally or piecewise continuous function in which the mathematical tools are applicable or apply for the sectionally continuous graph. Now, how we can define the mathematically continuity? It's a very simple definition. Limit x tends to a, fx is equal to fa. The left side is the limiting value of the function. This is the functional value at any point, like x equal to a. So this is the functional value of at any point, and this is limiting value. So what is the difference? Suppose any car is moving from A to B. What is the concept of the continuity or the limit? Let me explain through the real problems. One car is moving from A to B. If our target to find the average velocity is the term in which we can find, suppose A to B, here this is the distance between A to B is 5 kilometer, and the car will take from 1 hour from A to B. So average speed can be find is the velocity is displacement upon time, or del S upon T, cumulative S upon T. The time taken by the car from A to B and the distance covered from A to B, then we will get the average velocity of the car which is covered from A to B. Now if any instant, suppose P be any point on the track between A, B, and our target to find instantaneous velocity. This is the time difference. It is denoted by delta t, and for the short time or for short displacement we can denote it as delta s over delta t. Now instantaneous velocity, in which we find the velocity of the car at P, that means the time change tends to 0, should be 0. This is the limiting delta tends to 0, delta S over delta T. This is the limiting value. So limiting value, we can say that from the limit, as you know that in the limit exercise, this is the left hand limit and right hand limit. If both should be equal, then the limit of the function is defined or given that for the given function. We can find the limit of the given function. The continuity definition says the limit extends to A, fx equal to fa. Here this is the limiting value of the function, or this is the functional value at x equal to A. So now you are better to understand what is the difference between these two values. This is the requirement of the instantaneous, our target to find at any point P when we are find the velocity of the particle. That means we are discussing about the limiting value, and exact value at the point we are discussing about the functional value. If both should be equal, then the given function is continuous, otherwise it is discontinuous. This is the mathematical definition of the continuous function. Now the theorems on continuity. The similar as the theorems on the limits, like fx is continuous at x equal to A, gx is continuous at the same point x equal to A. The theorem is fx plus minus gx is again continuous at x equal to A. Fx into gx is again continuous at x equal to A. Third, fx over gx is continuous at x equal to A provided ga is not equal to 0. तो ये थ्योरम्स बिल्कुल वैसी ही थ्योरम्स हैं जो कि हमने लिमिट के अंदर पढ़ी थी, इसमें कोई परिवर्तन नहीं है. तो ये थ्योरम्स अभी क्वेश्चंस में यूज होंगी. अब आता है कंटिन्यूटी एट ए पॉइंट और एट ए इंटरवल. आप अभी आगे थ्योरम्स पढ़ेंगे, जैसे लेग्रांजेस थ्योरम है, कॉचे मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम है, ये सब उसमें स्टेटमेंट ही ऊपर दिया हुआ होगा कि गिवन फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूअस इन क्लोज्ड इंटरवल ए बी. देयर आर टू टाइप ऑफ इंटरवल्स. दिस इज नोन एज ए closed interval, and similar it is denoted as a, this is open interval. It is denoted like expressed as a is less than or x is less than or equal to b. X is lying between a and b, including ab, and for open interval x is lying between a and b, excluding a and b. That is the difference between the closed and the open interval. In the theorem's statement, the function is continuous always in closed interval. That means this open interval for the same region, it is the entire part of the closed interval. So that means if the function is continuous in open interval, certainly it is continuous in closed interval. So don't be confused. If the function is continuous in closed interval AB, so obviously it is continuous in open interval AB. Now, what is the continuity at a point and continuity at a interval? If our target to point here, suppose this is A on x axis, if our target to find whether the given function is this continuous at x equal to a, so what we can do as for the as definition of the limits, we can choose a positive number epsilon, a plus epsilon or a minus epsilon. However, epsilon is small but not equal to 0. So that means we are trying to explain here, this is the right value when we are going to the positive manner of a, that is a plus epsilon or a minus epsilon. This is the small neighborhood region in which epsilon is positive number. So if these values are equal, then the functional value fa should be exist. Fa should be exist. So here, so this is the fa should be exist because fa plus epsilon or fa minus epsilon. But when we are going to discuss about the function in interval, continuous in the given interval like a, b. So that means here we are discussing about all the points between a and b, including ab. That's why we are taking as the closed interval ab. So that is the difference. Between that reason, we must draw the graph without break. If it is continuous, we are able to draw the graph without break, then the given function is continuous in a given closed interval AB. So that is the difference between the continuity in at a point or a interval. Now, classification of discontinuity. Number 1, removable discontinuity. Removable discontinuity is if limit f a plus 0, like limit h tends to 0, is not equal to the limit h tends to 0, f a plus minus 0 is not equal to the functional value. That means it's a very simple thing. Limiting value is not equal to the functional value at the same point x equal to a, then this type of discontinuity is the removable discontinuity. Why it is called removable discontinuity? Let me explain. Fx equal to, for example, considering the example, fx equal to 1 upon 1 minus x when x is not equal to 0, or it is 0 when x equal to 0. Suppose this is the question. Examine the continuity for the given function. Examine at x equal to 0. So what we can do here, limit h tends to 0, f0 plus h is equal to limit h tends to 0, 1 upon 1 minus 0 plus h. When you put the value h equal to 0, you will get this is 1. Now limit h tends to 0, f0 minus h is equal to limit h tends to 0, 1 upon 1 minus 0 minus h. Certainly it will again, it's 1. Both should be equal. That means the limiting value of the function at x equal to 0 is 1. But limiting x tends to 0, fx is equal to 1, both right hand limit and left hand limit. But this is not equal to the functional value, because the functional value at x equal to 0, which is given that this is 0. So this type of discontinuity is removable discontinuity. Next है discontinuity of first kind. Okay, why we are saying it is removable discontinuity? Because at the large we can remove the discontinuous function to continuous function for certain conditions. That's why it is known as a removable discontinuity. Discontinuity of first kind, that is, if limit f tends to 0, f a plus h, and limit h tends to 0, f a minus h, both are finite but not equal. Both are finite but not equal. Then this type of discontinuity is discontinuity of first kind. For example, fx equal to 1 upon 1 minus e की power 1 by x when x is not equal to 0. Suppose, and examine at x equal to 0. So continuity, what we can do, limit h tends to 0, f0 plus h is equal to limit h tends to 0, 1 upon 1 minus e to the power 1 upon 0 plus h. So limit h tends to 0, 1 upon 1 minus e to the power 1 by h is equal to 1 upon 1 minus e to the power infinity is infinity. तो ये आ गया, this is equals to 1. Okay, limit h tends to 0, f0 minus h is equal to limit h tends to 0, 1 upon 1 minus e to the power 0 minus h. Limit h tends to 0, 1 upon 1 minus e to the power minus 1 by h. So here when we put the value 1 upon 1 minus e to the power minus infinity, and that is 1 upon 1 minus 0, and that should be equals to 1. Here it is, it is 0. This is 1 upon infinity equal to 0. So this is 1. So limit h tends to 0, f0 plus h is not equal to limit h tends to 0, f0 minus h. Then this is discontinuous and types of discontinuity of first kind. Now the third is discontinuity of second kind. In discontinuity of second kind, the function fx is said to be a discontinuity of second kind if either both or one of them. Limit h tends to 0 f a plus h, or limit h tends to 0 f a minus h, either one of them or both, does not exist. इनकी लिमिट ही एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रही होगी, दोनों की या दोनों में से किसी एक की, डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट. तो ऐसी डिसकंटिन्यूटी ऑफ सेकेंड काइंड कहलाएगी. इसमें भी आपको आगे बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आप मिलेंगे, वहां हम बताएंगे आपको डिसकंटिन्यूटी ऑफ सेकेंड काइंड. अब हमारा सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 3x² प्लस 2x प्लस 1. इज दिस कंटिन्यूअस एट x इक्वल टू 1. तो इसमें देखें हम लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 f1 प्लस h इज इक्वल टू लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 3 1 प्लस h का होल स्क्वायर 2 1 प्लस h प्लस 1. जब आप h बराबर 0 दोगे तो यहाँ से आया 3 प्लस 2 प्लस 1 इज इक्वल टू 6. लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 देंगे 1 माइनस h, लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 3 इंटू 1 माइनस h का होल स्क्वायर 2 इंटू 1 माइनस h प्लस 1. h टेंड्स टू 0 3 प्लस 2 प्लस 1 इक्वल टू 6. f1 एग्जामिन 1 पे चेक करना है, तो फंक्शनल वैल्यू एट x इक्वल टू 1 3 इंटू 1 स्क्वायर 2 इंटू 1 प्लस 1 इक्वल टू 6. दैट मीन्स लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 fx is equal to the functional value at x equal to 1, that is 1, then the given function is continuous at x equal to 1. Important note इसके नीचे लिख लीजिए कि every polynomial of x is always continuous for every value of x. ये इंपॉर्टेंट नोट देख लें कि कोई भी पॉलिनोमियल होगा x का, वो हमेशा कंटिन्यूअस होगा x की प्रत्येक वैल्यू के लिए. यहाँ डिसकंटिन्यूअस नहीं करके आएंगे, आप ये ध्यान रखिएगा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन एग्जामिन एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 1 माइनस कॉस एक्स अपॉन एक्स स्क्वायर when x is not equal to 0. This is equals to 1 when x equal to 0. So examine for continuity at x equal to 0. ये एग्जामिन करना है आपको. तो इसमें देखें लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 f0 प्लस h इज इक्वल टू लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 1 माइनस कॉस 0 प्लस h अपॉन 0 प्लस h का होल स्क्वायर. लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 1 माइनस कॉस h अपॉन h स्क्वायर. लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 कॉस h का एक्सपेंशन आप चाहें तो लगा दें, ये आएगा 1 माइनस h स्क्वायर अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 2 प्लस h की पावर 4 अपॉन फैक्टोरियल 4 प्लस एंड सो ऑन upon h square. This is equals to limit h tends to 0 h square 1 by 2 minus h square by 4 and so on upon h square से h square cancel, the result is 1 by 2. Limit h tends to 0 f 0 minus h is equal to limit h tends to 0 1 minus cos 0 minus h upon 0 minus h का whole square, and that is limit h tends to 0 1 minus cos h upon h square is 1 by 2. So f0, जब आप f0 दोगे तो f0 बराबर दिया हुआ है 1, which is given that in the question. तो क्या हुआ, limit h tends to 0 f0 plus h is equal to limit h tends to 0 f0 minus h, both should be equal to 1 by 2 but not equal to the functional value f0. तो किस टाइप की डिसकंटिन्यूटी है, ये रिमूवेबल डिसकंटिन्यूटी. What type of discontinuity? Discontinuity of removable discontinuity.